Welcome to the first day of October trading, and we've got a trade recap for you here today. It is Monday, October 2nd. We finished technically in the green, but not by much. You can call it a break even. You can call it a green day, 30 bucks. I don't know. It's not much, and I feel like we're seeing some carryover from last month into this month. NVDA twice, Google once, and two of those trades, we were not liking them. Essentially stopped out around break even on both the Google and the NVIDIA second attempt. The first trade was on NVIDIA. That trade was a $49 winner. I'm going to jump in here onto TradeZella to track this and show you guys how it worked out. We were up 105 or 112 bucks actually at the peak. If I get myself out of the way here. Yep, 112. So I took profits as we're up 100 bucks. And then it came back, hit my stop loss at break even, and then the rest of it got stopped out. So we ended up netting $49 on the trade. Took two contracts on the break here. Let's go pull up the chart, and I'll show you what I mean. So two contracts on the break. Essentially, here's the break. We had these. We dipped this. This is the lower wick. This wick is not accurate. Pushed up, rounded ourselves back. Actually held the VWAP, the volume weighted average price. Rolled off the VWAP, came back up, broke the high of day. Got in on this candle, got a nice push, and then it fell back off. So the contracts were up. This nets me a P&L of 5%. The contracts were up over 10%, but not by much. At one point, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. This was two system. This was a bull flag play, essentially, that I will title it as, and that's the deal. The next trade was on Google. This trade was, in my view, I thought really nice. If I go to the 5-minute chart, but I've had these kind of mess with me before. This could have worked. Let's see how this looks. So essentially, I noticed this right here. We're pushing up higher lows into resistance at this like 134.54 where my cursor's at. We broke it. I got in this upper wick. I did not like how it came right back down, so I exited on the next candle and took the loss of $9. On three contracts here, not a large position, and then eventually ended up holding and then went to the next. Not a ton of momentum. Either way, what happened here? Let's see what we can. And these contracts are not going to be super clear. So I entered here at 243. They did go to 275 roughly. So they probably would have profited. I probably would have been able to get my. Let's see. So from 243. Roughly speaking, trend line tool, we would have gotten, it's not bad. It would have been close. Either way, I would have had, about $90 up on, maybe would have been take profit, maybe not. Either way, it just didn't really follow through, and then it kind of chopped the rest of the day. So not super mad about it, but not great. Not momentum. It just shows you no momentum. We're not really getting that. So when I see that happen, I got half take profit on the first. I see that, and I'm like, but I'm like, I'll benefit the doubt. NVIDIA is one of my favorite stocks to trade. It can go. When there's momentum, it can go. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let's try it again. This does the same thing. This lower wick is not accurate. High of day is right here, 450, just over 450. We have essentially a flag or a consolidation right up into this 449, 450 area. Broke that, got in, got a nice little push, and then it couldn't go. Part of this as well, I put the stop loss tight at break even. I watched the volume here. Was not really impressed. Yeah, we had some better volume, but I was not very impressed with the volume. So with that said, these two little volume bars right here, no go. And then it came back down and stopped me out. So essentially, those are break even trades. If you want to call them losses, you can call them losses. But I'm not mad necessarily about them, but just not follow through, which is fine. Snuck a day here, and it's kind of green. Call it a green if you want. Average win-loss looks ridiculous because we only have, essentially two break-evens and one $50 winner, which makes it look really good, but not really that good. Starting off with a 33% win rate, technically speaking, but we know it's kind of skewed because we have really one winner, and that was a half winner, and then two break-evens. So that's today's trade recap. Nothing crazy. We'll see how the rest of the week goes. Hopefully we get some good action. Saw better action on silver today for the downside move there. Massive. But other than that, that was it. I'll leave links below to TradeZella, anything that I use for all this journaling, tracking, and stuff down below. Oh yeah, one thing to also mention too, if you go back to last month, there was a comment about risking and, you're losing too much. Like, yes, here's the thought on that. No shit in a nice way. I think the point that I was trying to get in the comment or responding to that was, if you go here, let me pull myself off the screen. The average win loss, like the idea of you're risking too much is not the problem. And I don't really want to even, I'm not going to even budge on that, because my average win loss is fine. Average winner is 78. Average loser was 58 last month. That's not the problem. But back on the September recap, if you look at these days, the problem was by day. So the problem was that on losing days, I would have 2 or 3 losing trades. That would be like 50 here, 75 there, 50 here. So net, it's not that bad. But then I did not have enough winners to make up for it. And so a lot of these days were small winners, right? But a lot of these days were I had a losing trade and a winning trade. So for example, on this Thursday, we lost 100 on one trade, we made 160 on the next. So you essentially have, what I believe is perfectly fine risk reward per trade. The issue is not per trade, it was more so on the day. And so part of that's recognizing when things are not aligning well with the strategy. The second part to that is having a tighter max risk or a max loss, which I have dialed that in a bit better. And so early last month, and so now we're going to have hopefully a better feel for that into this month. And then also on top of that, when your win rate is sub 38%, it's going to be tough to be green pretty much no matter what. So I'm honestly not too mad about it, but some things to correct for next month. And so we'll work on those things, obviously. And I know I can get the average win loss. The average win loss, we said too, will be better. It totally will be when we've got trades that are working much better to the strategy, which there'll be periods of time where it's not going to work great. Sometimes it's going to work amazing. So the average win loss, I think if I had traded the strategy, or let's say the market had worked in more favor of the strategy last month, let's say how the market was maybe in July, if that period of time kind of translated into last month, I think your average win loss with how I was managing risk would probably be more like 1.5. So I'd be risking, or let's say, it would be like about making 100 on a trade, losing 50 on losers. So that's kind of what the idea is. But either way, we'll start off this month with essentially a break even, maybe a slightly green day, if you will. And that's the deal. Thanks so much for watching. Thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.